Hello, my name is Mahmoud, and today I'm going to start a new series about learning. Today I'm going to start a new topic about forces and their effects in physics. So let's get started. Today we'll study about what are forces, balanced and unbalanced forces, measuring forces, pivots and moments. What are forces? Forces are pushes or pulls exerted on an object. A force acts on an object, one or more of the following must happen. The object can warm up due to the rubbing, which is friction between surfaces, or the object might be pulled or pushed, or the object may become deformed, which is getting squashed or stretched more than the object can handle. Obviously, all three of those can happen at a time, so not just one can happen, as I said here. No, we will learn more about deformation when we get into hooks. We're not going to study about hooks today, but we're going to study about it later. Okay. Balanced and unbalanced forces. Balanced forces are balanced, which means that forces acting on an object are the same or equal. Unbalanced forces are the opposite, means that they're not the same. And obviously they're not the same. Balanced and unbalanced objects are not the same. Forces exerted on them are not equal or unbalanced. Measuring forces. Forces are measured in newtons, or N if you want the unit. Newton meter is used to measure the force. The greater the force applied, the greater the stretch or scorching pull. And the stronger the force, the higher the value in newtons. The symbol for newtons must be capital. Pivots and moments. A moment is the turning effect of an object. A pivot is used to turn things, and the equation for moments is force times distance. The unit for moments is Nm or Newton meters, and the further away from the pivot, the greater the moment. Here are 7 questions for you to write the answers. I think they're going to take you not more than 4 minutes. So pause the video now and write the answers. Okay, moving on. Here are 2 equations for you to solve. You can use a calculator, but make sure you show you're working out if you want to write them down. If you want to solve them. Okay. They're gonna take no more than 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, moving on to the answers. Answers for question 1 to 4. I gave you a good answer and a better answer, but we're going to go straight to the better answer. For question 1, a force is a push or pull exerted on an object. For question 2, any example works, and here are the 3 examples. A push or pull occurs, friction occurs, or deformation occurs. You need to put 2 down. For question 3, straight to the better answer. Balanced forces are balanced, which means that forces acting on an object are the same, while unbalanced forces are the opposite, which means that the forces exerted on them are not equal or unbalanced. Question 4. Try to about the answer. Forces are measured in newtons, and the symbol is N, which must be a capital letter. Question 5. Try to about the answer. A Newton meter measures the force. Try to about the answer for question 6. The moment equals force times distance from the pivot. Straight about the answer. The moment is the turning effect of an object. Now let's move on to the answers for the equations. Answers for equations. Question 1. The moment equals force times distance. Moment equals 490 times 4, which is 1560 Newton meters, or Nm. Anyone would have worked. Question 2. The moment equals force times distance. Moment equals 470 times 3.5, which is 1645 Newton meters. Summary. Forces are pushes or pulls exerted on an object. You could say forces are pushes or pulls, but I would personally prefer to write this whole thing. Balanced forces are balanced, which means that forces acting on an object are the same or equal. Unbalanced forces are the opposite to balanced forces. The forces exerted on them are not equal or unbalanced. Forces are measured in newtons or N. A moment is the turning effect of an object. The equation for moments is force times distance from the pivot. The unit for moments is Nm or Newton meters. Thank you for watching. Like if you found this video helpful. Subscribe if you want to help me out. Share this video to your friends so they can learn. And comment if you want more videos like this one. Tell me in the comments. Thank you. Hello, my name is Mahmoud, and today we're going to finish a topic: forces and their effects. So let's get started. What you'll need for this lesson: a blue and a black pen, a red pen, a green pen, a calculator, and a piece of paper. Okay. Make sure you pause this video now to get them, and then continue the video. Table of contents. Today we're going to I'm going to give you 4 questions to refresh your memory. 2 challenge questions, answers for the 4 questions, answers for the challenges, a recap for last lesson, a brief introduction to Hooke's law, forces in motion, speed, distance, and time, 3 quick questions for you to solve, and a conclusion. Okay, moving on. Here are quick 4 questions for you to solve and 2 challenges. What is a force? We said that last lesson. All of those, we studied them last lesson. So you should, if you watched our last video, you should know how to answer them, or their answers. And the challenges, we're going to study their answers today, and obviously so much more. But yeah, pause the video now and answer them. Okay, moving on to the answers. Here are the answers. We're going straight to the better answer, as we said in the last lesson. We just do that every time. Okay, question 1. A force is a push or pull exerted on an object. Make sure you tick your answers, and if you got them wrong, it's alright. Just change the answers with the green pen. For question 2, forces are measured in newtons, and the unit is m, which must be a capital letter. For question 3, a moment is measured in Newton meters, and the unit is nm, which is what you said. And you can say Pascal, which is PA. And for question 4, there's no better or good answer. So the answer is just moment equals force times distance. Here are the answers for the challenges. Before we move on, make sure you pause the video to correct your answers. Okay, are the answers for the challenges? The better answer for question 1 is the unit for speed is meters per second, which is meters per second. Oh, just you could say that or that, but I would say you just say the whole thing, just like that, not just that. But it doesn't really matter. I don't know how things are in your school. Okay, speed equals distance divided by time is the answer for question 2, and there's no good or better answer. So yeah, make sure you tick them. So we're moving on. Okay, here's a recap for last lesson. Forces are pushes or pulls exerted on an object. By the way, the recaps for people who haven't watched our last video. I'm gonna put a link here or here, I don't know, for you to watch our last video. Okay, balanced forces are balanced, which means that forces acting on an object are the same or equal. Unbalanced forces are the opposite. That's what we said last lesson. The opposite to balanced forces. So, which means that the forces exerted on them are not equal or unbalanced, which means that the object is moving or just you can see that a force is exerted on them. Forces are measured in newtons or n. A moment is the turning effect of an object. The moment equals force times distance from the pivot, and the unit for moments is nm or Pascal, as we said. Okay, moving on to Hooke's law. Hooke's law states that there is a linear relationship between a force exerted on a spring. That means that if you draw a line graph, the line would be a straight line until the spring becomes deformed. And the meaning of deformed is when an object is out of its original form, not if it was a solid and then became a liquid, just not that it was solid, like that its atoms wouldn't change, like not like that. It, for example, you get a spring and just instead of becoming its original form, it just becomes like that when it doesn't get back into its original form. I don't think that's good drawing. That's not good at drawing, but you get the idea, I think. Okay, forces and motion. The larger the force, the faster the object will move. To change the speed of an object, a force must be applied. Continue the following sentences. For an object to speed up, here you say your answer. For an object to slow down, and here you say your answer. You can either shout out the answer to your screen, but I would prefer you writing it on a piece of paper, so yeah. Okay, I don't think this is going to take more than 2 minutes, so just pause the video now and answer them. Okay, moving on. Here are the answers. More force is needed in the direction of movement for that, and for that one, more force is needed in the opposite direction of movement. So they're the opposite, just the opposite. But you can't say that in an exam in GCSEs. Okay, moving on. Speed, distance, and time. Speed is measured in meters per second or meters per second. Literally the same. Okay. You can also use miles per hour, kilometers per hour. And the equation for speed is distance divided by time. So, if an athlete ran 200 meters within 40 seconds. What is his speed? Write the answer down. Okay, that shouldn't take him more than 2 minutes, so pause the video now and answer. Okay, here are the answers. Speed equals distance divided by time. Speed equals 200 divided by 40. Speed is 5 meters per second. Okay, moving on. Here are quick 3 questions to make sure that you understood today's lesson. And if you couldn't find the answer, just rewind and find the answer in the video. Question 1 is, what is the unit of speed? Question 2 is, what is the equation for speed? Question 3 is, what does Hooke's law state? Okay, here are the answers. Pause the video now if you're gonna write the answers. Okay, here are the answers. Question 1, meters per second, kilometer per hour, mile per hour. Speed equals distance divided by time. And Hooke's law states that there's a linear relationship between a force exerted on a spring. This is obviously for that, this is obviously for that, and that is obviously for that. Okay, here's a summary. Hooke's law states that there's a linear relationship between a force exerted on a spring. The larger the force, the faster the object will move. To change the speed of an object, a force must be applied. Speed is measured in meters per second or meters per second. That doesn't make sense when you say it out loud, but it does if you just are reading it. Okay, so that means that I can write it like that, like that. You can also use miles per hour, kilometers per hour, and the equation for speed is distance divided by time. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, share this video to your friends, and comment down below if what topic I should do next. And thanks. Oh, by the way, can you please subscribe to my cousin? I didn't write the whole thing. She's new to YouTube, so I'm gonna give you a link in the description, and I think I'm gonna give you here. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a poll, a card, or I don't know. Just please subscribe to my channel. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.